Hey, YouTubers! It's me, Lonnie Clark, Nuts for Art. I'm recording this as a live feed, but I'm keeping it private, so I'll publicly record it. I wanted to see if I could do the live feed thing. Anyways, this is a video response to Thomas Ackermann and Vegematic, and I guess to my YouTube community because Tom today, his video was like, does it matter? All of these facts don't matter. What does it change? Why are we doing this? These are all the same questions I've had. I've been doing my radio, the Age of Fission radio show, and I guess I reluctantly came back to do it, and I've kind of got my groove down. I'm doing one podcast a week. I'm trying different techniques to make it sound better. I've had a lot of criticism on every single podcast that I have to delete because people are rude. And I don't know if they're just trollers from the nuclear industry or if it's real, but I take it seriously. Let me see if I can fix. I go again with the glasses. I always end up I can't figure out how to make this not reflect on my glasses. That's the quest. How do I get close enough so that I don't go crazy watching myself in the glasses? See, if I look straight at the computer, the glasses reflect back the computer screen. So I come over here, I guess. And then look over there. I don't know. It's awkward, as they say. That's the best because that way I don't actually see you, but at least I'm not looking at my glass. It's not so distracting. This is part of the doing it live thing is you can't really mess up on your thought. But I'm going to go back to my thinking of we are in a quandary on our planet, but I go to this idea that we picked this time to be alive. Most of you know I'm kind of woo-woo, and within the alternative, the healing community, it's kind of been a shakeup lately because of Doreen Virtue. She was a teacher for like a long time, like one of those Hay House teachers where you pay them lots of money and go to seminars and learn how to talk to angels, which to me always seemed like a bunch of crap. So I never really looked into that. If I'm going to go to a seminar to look how to do something, it's going to be how to do business better, how to do things better or improve myself. To talk to angels, I don't think I need help talking to angels. I mean, I have been studying angels for a long time though. And different people have different interpretations. And frankly, myself personally, and this is like getting really real with you, I'm beginning to think that a lot of the angels that we think are angels are actually the Pleiadians or the non-terrestrials that live in this, what seems like vacant air to us. There's another whole everything going on there. And I think we are multidimensional. And I think that we can allow ourselves to be that way or not. And most people don't because they live in fear, which gets us back to where we're living today. Everyone's living in fear. The hateful messages I get on my YouTube channel, the fact that because we talk about Fukushima, still ongoing disaster, we're considered conspiracy theorists or radicals or something, but we just want the truth. We just want the facts to come out about the lack of study. And I can't wait. I'm actually doing an interview with Kevin Hester tomorrow, and he does not believe in Dane Wigington's theory of chemtrails, which I do. I don't care. He's probably not going to be able to convince me because, to be honest, I grew up in LA, and I can tell you, I have seen myself, when I came here to Eugene, I have seen the sky crisscrossed in an afternoon. That is not jet. We're not in that kind of a jet cycle. There's just no way living in Eugene, Oregon, we're like that. I mean, it is beyond control. So be interesting to talk to him tomorrow because, to be honest, I guess we're part of the doomosphere. We're part of those people that are saying, we are really on about a bad collapse. And then we have these prepper people, which, to be honest, to me, they're lunatics. Have you guys looked at some of the prep food, what it's made of? Just horrible chemicals. You're not going to survive on hydrogenated oil, folks. Like, we need to stop assaulting our planet and each other. We need to really come from a place of love. I heard a scientist, my friend Tim Martin, sent me a video about, I think the guy's name was Mollison. He's a cranky old Australian scientist guy who was like, fuck love. Love is squishy stuff and we can just squish it out. But hate is worth going for. I could not disagree with him more. I think love is definitely greater than fear, and fear is nothing but hate. And hate is fear of your enemy and fear that you're going to be conquered. I mean, I have to say that there are a couple of people that I hate and I don't want to hate them. But I also do not, I realize that me having those negative feelings gives them power. So that's partly why I released that, because I'm not going to, like the nuclear industry, this cat's whole scene, he was a permaculturist, and this whole 5-minute clip that was highlighted by Tim to me was that he was saying that, which I believe, the mafia is hired by the energy department of the government, the DOE, and they're just basically spread the radioactivity all over our highways. They just let it leak. They pour it. It's leaking, which, you know what? I could honestly believe that. I remember one time I'm from LA. I was on the freeway. It was 7:30 in the morning. I could not believe what I saw in my eyes. I saw a 10-foot wide truck, huge, like gas tank truck, big circle. It had radioactivity labels all over it. 1, 2, 3. And it had, I don't know, California plates, I think. But it was this far from the ground. It was so heavy. It was on these wheels. It was like this far from the ground, bouncing like this. And we're driving at 7:30 in the morning, like LA traffic, which means we're going 25 miles an hour or so. I actually called. This was before it was illegal to get on your cell phone. I actually called the CHP. I think this was in 2002 is when I first had a cell phone. I had a little flip phone. I actually called the California Highway Patrol and reported that number. I have no idea whatever happened, but I don't doubt everything I've looked at since I've been doing the radio show. All the reporting is that all they've done is lie. That's all they do. They lie. That they cannot tell the truth, because if they begin to tell a half an ounce of truth, then the truth gets out about what they did over here. Like, where are all the buried bodies? They've murdered a lot of people. Literally, they're murdering a lot of people. And that's the hard part that we have. So does any of this activism make a difference? I know we have the traitor in the White House who is rapidly working his way to destroy Western democracy. But, he is not alone. Like, we blame Trump, but, we saw a good taste of the kind of fascists that we are up against yesterday in Whitaker yesterday. That little punk, he was so disrespectful. Well, Senator, Congressman, your time is up. Thank you. Like, really? I mean, what was weird about it is he's the acting attorney general, and he acted like he was a defense. He was on defense. He acted like he was a defendant instead of a witness. He acted like they were on the opposite side of him, like he had to hide stuff. He didn't have to. He could just say things, yes or no. Yeah, it's not like, oh, I need a lawyer's tactic to defend what? We're all on the same side. The side of America, hopefully. This is what is wrong with this picture. It's not like Democrats against Republicans. No, we're all Americans. And that's what's wrong with how this is being conducted. Now, Trump has broken the Constitution from day one with the Emoluments Clause. He's charging the American government millions of dollars to rent his hotels so he can stay there. That is directly against the Emoluments Clause, the Domestic Emoluments Clause, much less he's taking money from foreign countries. That's the Foreign Emoluments Clause. So this whole idea that something is going on in our country, that it's all new, it's not, because they've been playing this game a long time. It's the most egregiously out in your face. Like, they are putting on the vision for 2020, folks. I read you guys that book. they cannot put vision for 2020 on in an open democracy. Why do you think Turkey is supposedly becoming our friend? Erdogan murders all of his enemies. So does Putin. And evidently, so does the American government, which is why Julian Assange is scared to death to come, to out of the British embassy. Literally scared to death. I think Julian Assange believes that he would get murdered by the American government if he were to come out. I don't know. I mean, Chelsea Bradley did it. Isn't that her name? Bradley, Chelsea Bradley. She came out and changed her name to Chelsea. And actually did get tortured, to be honest, and got sentence commuted by Obama. So maybe that's why. I mean, this is so insane, you guys. This is why it's weird to come to YouTube. I'm with Tom. There's really not anybody to watch anymore. Like, what are we just going to sit around and say the same thing over and over and over again? Like, are we stunned that we're learning that the mafia has been dumping radioactivity all over the United States and on our highways and freeways? I mean, just get a Geiger counter. It's not that hard. And it's cumulative. So it's not even like, who cares if it's low level? Because the more we're exposed to it, the more damage it does. So we're just on this slow death march. And let's don't talk about the effect of that with the chemical contamination and the complete denial by all the climate activists that nuclear has anything to do with it. That is just like the thing that blows me away. It's like you talk to any of these climate activists, they're like, well, yes, it's one of the problems. Look at when we started blasting away on the planet with all these, weapons, the nuclear weapons. And then look at the spike in the methane and the gas and the CO2 and all that stuff. I mean, this is the year we're going to be having probably, a snow Arctic free summer this year. So if we do, it's called the methane time bomb, man. Look up that video. So why are we doing it? I guess I'm doing it for my little tiny YouTube community. I have 400 people. I would love to get 100,000 people listening to me and having this engaging me and Tom and all of us. Vegematic and Strontium Milks. And who else do I watch? Organic Slant puts out. Oh my God, if you guys didn't see Organic Slant's latest video, it was freaking awesome the way he did it. I mean, I keep thinking that I'm going to buy that software, but I haven't. But I could do it. I just need someone to train me. That's why I haven't done it. That's why I still use this YouTube whole event live streaming. I'm trying to figure out how to do this live so that I could have people on. But you know what I can't stand about the live thing, though, is the mean comments. Like, I can block people, but I don't want to have to block people. And, then you get these like pervs that say stuff to me, and I have to block them too. So like, who wants that? I don't. So I don't think I'm going to do live. I think I'm just going to do these events and make my videos. And I don't know how. It's getting to the point, like, how long has it been now? 8 years, 9 years? Like this year, March 3/11/11. That's when it happened, you guys. 8 years ago. 8 years ago. I knew 7 years ago, so it's been 7 years for me. I mean, that is a long time to be thinking and talking about this and not have built up a coalition of people who will actively engage with it. That is the challenge, isn't it? This is why, like on my videos, if you guys listen to my interview with Dave, I really want your feedback because I'm sure I'll get it, no doubt. On my YouTube videos, no doubt I do actually get the feedback. But I put some music in, some kind of subtle music so that might make it more, you can hear the facts more. I found it kind of soothing when I put it in with the interview, and I think I'm going to keep doing that. So why do we do this? I think I'm going to ask Thomas Ackermann to be do an interview with me, and maybe I'll even ask Vegematic to do an interview with me, because it's really not just about telling us about the radiation anymore, folks. We already know it's there. It's beyond, I mean, all of us know. Like, we don't have to ask. We don't have to see. We don't have to have the proof. Like, whatever. We know it's there. Fukushima's still going on. 3 Mile Island is not fixed. Sellafield is leaking. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're living in, you're exposed to radioactive contamination, period. No matter what. It goes around everywhere. It is, we've had it here. This is the weird part. We have had it here since they started doing bomb testing. That's the real reality. It has been here a long, long time, and we just haven't known it. And we blamed our ancestors. Oh, well, it must be genetic that you get diabetes. It must be genetic that you're getting cancer. You must have a gene in your body. Somewhere in your ancestry, you had a cancer gene. Fuck you. You know what we had? Somewhere in our ancestry, somebody swallowed a hot particle and it messed up our DNA, either in utero or as infants. Who knows? Or as adults. And then when they had children, it messed up that child's DNA. So that's what happens with nuclear. Wow. Well, I can see that I'm going on for 16 minutes. I want to show you something, you guys. This is super cute. I think I told you about the thing with Doreen Virtue, just only quickly, because if you know about this, you're part of the community that follows like angel card readings. I actually do angel card readings. But she turned to be a holy roller, and she just wrote an A to Z list, which is pretty much like, you can just see her own hate. And she's like, these are the things you have to stay away from, like, right? So two of the things that I thought was very interesting and quite telling was she said to stay away from empowerment and peace signs, because peace signs were an upside down broken cross. Like, who told her this stuff? How does she know what a peace sign is? Like, it is just beyond comprehension, the hate. And she said no more sweat lodges and no feng shui. Like, it was very colonizer type. You know what I mean? Like, only white biblical Christian stuff is the right thing, and anything else other than outside of that little tiny box. But what's happening, what I find interesting about this betrayal, or I think they've actually done what they normally do, is they have preyed on her to use her, because she's going to be able to become a minister and be tax free. So she's going to make her millions. She's whining right now because she owes the IRS money. She should have called me. She owes the IRS money, and she says the sale of her angel cards now are funding her IRS debt. So Asta, I'm actually burning her cards. I'm not going to use her energy or her cards at all. I'm very much against the evangelical Christians. I don't mind if you're a Christian, but I really am. I believe it's quite Nazi-like. I mean, the Nazis were, in fact, an evangelical group of people. And it's that same level of hate and tolerance that I disagree with, and I have zero tolerance for. Like, I actually, I was raised Catholic. I have an inbred imprint to believe in Jesus Christ. Like, it's kind of, I remember asking one of my Jewish bosses the one time, like, how can you not believe in Jesus and believe in God? Like, it just was incomprehensible to me, right? So I get that, why people go to the evangelical side, but I do not get why they are easily manipulated to be members of white supremacy and oppression towards themselves and everybody else. And that's exactly what we're dealing with also in the nuclear industry, the anti-nuclear, the GMO. This is why the climate scientists and all those people, they basically do exactly the same thing, right? Like, they can't, some of them believe, most of them don't believe in the geoengineering thing. The geoengineering thing are mad at the climate activists because they don't mention it. Nobody talks about nuclear. Like, it's just a shit show, right? The whole thing is all mixed up. People who should be on the same side, like Dana Durnford and I, should be fast friends. Me and Kevin Blanche should be fast friends. And I thought I was friends with Kevin until he stabbed me in the back. So why that can't happen, I don't understand people's psychology. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's worth hanging on to stuff, but it does require reflection. It does require honest conversation. I'm grateful for my friendship with Thomas Ackermann because I think Tom's a really eloquent, a wonderful human being. His wife Maria is a delight to have chatted with a few times that I've met her. Um, and I really appreciate Vegematic. And there's people on my channel that come and go that I feel like we're kind of friends. You know what I mean? Like, Fix It Stupid's been on my videos practically he makes a comic. Gary Manserati, I mean, and Orange Julius, or whatever their current name is. I still haven't figured out how to change my channel name. So everyone keeps telling me I need to do that, which I kind of would like to do, is change my name. But I did get a new YouTube channel that I am going to start activating for my angel card readings because Doreen Virtue motivated me because she says angel card readings are bad. So I guess it's kind of like my big fuck you to my biological family, who are Christian nut jobs who have created more hell in my life than I could ever express, and who vindicate themselves with their evilness towards their kids because they're Christians now. So, anyways, I'm going to get going, you guys. Why do we do these YouTube channels? I guess it's for community. That's why I do it. And I would miss Thomas Ackermann's videos. I know he rants and raves about whatever it is he's on. It's why it's about doing the right thing. And I guess for us, this is doing the right thing. He's actually an awesome role model because can you imagine? I've thought of this many times. Like, you get up in the morning and you go to the art studio and you just paint every day and are committed to that. And you don't know whether you're going to get paid, but you just go do it. That's like for real, a commitment to what you want to live and do. Because I personally would love to wake up in the morning and just paint and draw. And I have tons of stuff in my head that I could do. So I'm actually super impressed with that. And I am grateful that Tom is on YouTube. So Tom, please keep making your YouTubes. Mr. Vegematic, please keep making your YouTubes. I totally love them. And Dana Durford, if you ever hear this, I'd love to make up with you because I think that you have done a very good job. I mean, I know I was a bit harsh in my comments, but honestly, man, you've done excellent. And you actually stepped it up, to be honest. Like, it kind of pissed you off, but I think I wasn't the only one. And anyways, I hope that you keep on doing your stuff too, because it's valuable and people will remember what you do. And I don't watch Kevin Blanch at all because I can't handle the yelling and screaming and the double talk. But no one needs to encourage Kevin. He's going to keep doing it. He's kind of like Trumpster. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to get going. I'm not going to edit any of this. It was supposed to be live, and that's how live is you just say stuff that, oops, I shouldn't have said maybe, or whatever, politically incorrect, but I don't care. Like, at this point, after 5, 6, 7 years, like, I spend enough time deleting mean comments when I'm trying to do it the best, and I delete out stuff. I still get horrible. I mean, it's just easier to insult people, right? It's easy to be what you hate. That's the thing to remember. So you have to be willing to be a little bit, I don't know, willing to expose yourself. That's how I feel about it. Like, I want to be able to, like, lay it out there. I used to be very protective about it all, but I think what we need is a little bit more willingness to be real and to talk about how this affects us. Maybe that's what I am going to do. I'm going to keep talking about how all of this affects me personally, because I have been affected by it in lots of ways. So not now, because we're at 24 minutes and I'm not going to do it more than 25, I decided. I said this about 10 minutes ago, but put your courage feet on, and we'll talk to you guys later. If you want to make any comments, please do. Please subscribe. Click on to my channel and subscribe and hit the notification button. Make your comments. Be nice. If you're not nice, I'm going to delete you and ban you from my channel. So put your courage feet on. Ciao.